Hey everybody, this is AIM, former Demon Duke. I'm going to give a better introduction in just a second. I'll switch off our starting screen and go over to here, where I am joined by my guest. I'll let them introduce themselves first.
Hi, I'm Vera Proxima. I'm the guest on the channel today. Hello, I'm just average VTuber, human, no real gimmick here. And I'm here to do some art and hang out.
Yeah. Also, I just realized I'm broadcasting Twitter instead of the drawing tablet, so let's do that real quick. All right.
That might be a good change.
Yeah, probably so. Okay, and now for a little bit more of an introduction on myself, I'm AIM. If you're here, you probably know that. But it's been a while since I did one of these drawing streams, and Vera was kind enough to join me for today. We're going to do a little bit of collaborative agi.io, which is a drawing program. So, sometimes I start these out with themes. This time, I think we're just going to kind of freewheel and draw whatever we feel like. For me, one of the easiest things that I like to start with is a picture of my guest. So I will start by drawing Vera.
Could be fun. Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and not draw a picture of your guest this time.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe I'll draw you instead.
All right.
Yeah.
Either way. So here's a question for you. How often do you draw your VTuber self? Have you made a lot of drawings of Vera?
Recently, a lot more, but that's because I've been doing a whole lot of model update type stuff, trying to come up with new clothes and stuff, and new looks, so I can change things up. I feel like different types of streams, maybe I'll have a different theme going on, so
yeah,
just little changes here and there, gotta brainstorm them, so.
Cool, I gotcha.
What about yourself?
Well, let's see. When I started out, I sort of had a period of time where I wanted to draw like anything but me. It was because, and of course I'm being pretty OOC here, but it's because the concept had not really grown on me very much yet. But after like a couple of, maybe a month or so, I think I guess really settled into it, and now I feel like I draw myself all the time. I'd like to do more like actual compositions, but it's mostly been like doodles and things.
Yeah, I can get that. I'm actually trying to work the other direction from what you're saying, because I kind of find myself being a perfectionist and getting bogged down on really large, complete pieces, and I just don't doodle nearly enough.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've actually heard that from a couple of people. I think that was one of my other guests was saying that. I feel like I guess I'm on the other end of the spectrum where whenever I make like a doodle, I just want to put it up right away, like with no like polish or anything. So
That's a polish.
yeah. I think the middle ground is probably somewhere between the two, where you give it a little bit of elbow grease, but don't spend forever on it. Maybe. I just realized.
The middle ground is hard.
Oh yes, for sure, absolutely. I just realized that I have not updated the stream title or anything. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to do that.
Hi everyone, welcome to Fatal Frame Finale. Finishing up Fatal Frame in Black and White.
Right. The game that I just finished last weekend. We're going to do that last chapter again.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough last time.
Right.
Okay.
Oh boy. Alright, give me just 1 moment. We will fix this up. Alright. I'll take the reading aloud tag off of here.
Okay.
And there we go. Now it's updated.
I'm still very much not up on all of Agio's tricks.
I see. Yeah, I used to use Drawpile mostly, but I found that some of the guests were having a little bit of a setup period with that, so I kind of just moved over to this instead. Hopefully it'll work out. I got a request.
How are you doing the extra layers, by the way?
Oh yeah, so over to the bottom right, there's a layers tab. I think you also have access to add to it. Let me know if you can't, though.
Is it the plus and the arrow going down?
I'm not sure about that. I do know you should be able to like oh wait, actually, hold on one second. There's like a blank sheet of paper that's over to the right side, just above the trash can.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll
there we
do.
go. Awesome, thank you.
Sure. I got a request to add a camera hand, which I'm doing right now. I forgot to set these up beforehand. It's been a little bit since I used my PNG self. Give me one moment and I'll have it for you there. Let's see. Where is it? Picture. Images. Here we go. Camera hand. Okay. I'll add one hand right here. There we He says Fatal Frame's finished when he says it. Alright.
Exactly. How was that, by the way?
I've enjoyed it. My brother and I have sort of been replaying through the series. Although obviously he's not playing this one. But I really love the series in general. I do think that maybe this is not like their strongest entry, but it's still pretty good. It's got a lot of charm.
Yeah, so I've wanted to try that series for a long time, but I've never actually played any. And I have heard mixed things about the most recent. That is the same one they put out on Wii U, correct?
Yeah, it's basically a remake of that one. Let's see. Yeah, one of the things I heard early on, and I kind of experienced, was when they released the game at launch, it wouldn't run on the PC very smoothly in terms of it had pretty bad frame rate. Like, the frame rate, if your refresh rate on your monitor was super high, it would try to match that refresh rate for some reason, and it would result in the picture just like being in fast motion. so people were trying to play the game, and it was at like 2 times speed. So it was kind of nuts. But they fixed that pretty quickly, thankfully.
Okay. Yeah, I actually thought about getting that game years ago on the Wii U. Because I love the Wii U.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great system, and it was super, super under-supported. I don't know, it had a cool gimmick. But my Wii U's in storage now, and never actually got around to buying it. So it's nice that it's actually back on the market again.
Yeah. Man, I have the weirdest Wii U story. So, I had thought I was going to skip the entire generation. I was always kind of a PlayStation person. But, I decided near the end that they were starting to put out some new games, like near the end of its life, that looked pretty cool. And I wanted to just get in on that. So I got my Wii U, and I think I owned a total of 3 games for the Wii U. And that was it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But I did play Fatal Frame, and I think there was another game that was pretty good on there too. But mostly it was kind of... What's that?
It had a few really good titles. Just, it only had a few.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Oh, hey, Major Lampshade. Yeah, it seems to concur with your idea there. Actually, I think Lampshade was talking about Fatal Frame, and that's a very good point. Yeah, that I think 2 and 3 are really the highlights of the series. I think most...
2 is the best one, generally.
Yeah, most people would pick 2 as their favorite, I think. I'm kind of partial to 3 a little bit, but that's just because I like the mechanic where you can, like, go through your house and things will subtly change, and, like, you'll see faint traces of ghosts. I thought it was pretty cool. There we go. I'm going to switch back over to the top layer. Okay, this will be the 3rd time I'm drawing your hair. And we'll see how close I get at this time.
Well, I've changed that hair so many times.
So it's a living document, I suppose.
Yeah, it probably looks like my hair at some point.
Yeah, I guess. Cool. Yeah, sometimes I think when I draw like VTuber fan art, because I do a fair bit. But you look at the reference image and you think, I gotta get it to look just like this. But if you think about it realistically, a person's hair changes all the time. so most VTubers won't mind if you...
I've been sharing around a reference the last couple of days to people, and my hair doesn't even have the same... It's not even the same hair that I have now.
Ooh.
That's just the most recent reference I have, so...
I see.
Close enough. Or it changes. It's fine.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'd like to do, I have a pretty major, like, new outfit planned myself, but, we'll see. Obviously, I don't have hair to change, but I have other stuff. We'll see how it looks when I'm finished.
You can style the flames differently.
Yeah, that's right.
Style flames? I don't know how that would work, maybe.
You certainly can.
Alright.
But yeah, that'll be something to look forward to, I suppose. Alright. Let's see. I don't know why I decided to put you in the arms cross pose, but it seems fair enough. The only problem with the arms cross pose is that whenever I see a character that doesn't have like a face drawn yet, and they're doing this arms cross pose, I expect them to also be doing the DreamWorks eyebrow raise.
Oh.
Let's hope not.
It's a DreamWorks character, that's fine.
Gotcha. We'll
like every character at one point or another.
Gotcha. Oh boy. Here we go. I like these flips in your hair. They're fun to draw.
Thank you. Yeah, I have fun with them. They're still not where I want. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to my art.
Mm-hmm.
I don't finish a whole lot of it, or share a whole lot of it until I'm 200% satisfied with the results. But the hair is a hard thing because I wanted to get like a nice kind of 80s/90s anime poof to it.
Yeah.
And there's a very specific look I was going for, and I just couldn't seem to quite nail it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think when I made myself as well, I sort of had a different like visual style in mind. And while this one has grown on me, I've always thought that eventually I'd like to kind of like fully achieve what I was originally visualizing. But we'll see. A lot of people change a lot throughout their lifetimes, design-wise.
Very true.
Yeah, we've both got time to grow and change.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Last couple of days I've been drawing a bunch of very different versions of my design. I've been going for a more I've got some weird genetic stuff going on, you know. Parts of me might not always look 100% human, they are. I'm sure of it. But you know, certain details just come across a little robotic sometimes, and I'm trying to clear out some of that stuff. It's been interesting looking at my character.
Yeah.
With that aesthetic in mind.
I understand. Yeah, I gather there's a lot of room to change there too. Actually, you were doing something a little interesting with your. Not a little interesting, but very interesting. Back during Halloween, weren't you? Related to your design.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of a weird time there. Long story short, I thought I was in hell for a while. Apparently I wasn't. I thought I was a zombie, basically. I've been kind of stuck in this place for a few weeks, and colors got a little shifted on me, and I seemed to be covered in blood. And as it turned out, it was ink. I'd kind of just been drinking a lot of ink.
Yes, that's right. The game reduced.
Yeah, the game was cool. It's delicious stuff, but apparently it's not very good for you, and it actually kind of like knocked me out for well over a month. And in that time, I kind of imagined myself in a hellscape, and kind of thought I might have been a zombie. Apparently I wasn't a zombie, but it was a weird time in my life. But I did get kind of a cool post-apocalyptic look going for it, so why not?
Also, Jay-Z, I think we're not going to play with viewers just now, just because this is a collab I organized, but I have thought in the past that it would be nice to do that sometime. So, maybe in the future, but yeah, we're just going to keep it to just the two of us for now. let's see. I think I'm going to try drawing you without your jacket this time because I did the jacket earlier.
Go for it. I am still making a whole lot of no headway right now.
Mm-hmm.
As I resize the window over and over again instead of using my tools.
Yeah. You know, for some reason, I am finding that my pen is going back to doing the kind of choppy effect that it had earlier. I'm going to see if I can figure out some way to fix that. Give me one moment. Let's see. Sometimes in Clip Studio that happens, and usually it's just a matter of saving the file for some reason. I really don't know why that happens, but oh well, it seems to have fixed now.
Good.
Cool. Alrighty.
I'm probably just going to redo this whole thing night after stream, because I'm going to obsess.
Okay, I got you. No worries. Do what you gotta do. One cool thing about this program is you can save pictures that are in progress. So if you do make anything that you know...
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, if you want to go back to anything, you can do that.
Very good to know.
Yeah. Alright. Do a hand here. Man, I don't know why I always go for arms crossed, because it's like a puzzle. Unless I use a reference, like unless I'm looking at a reference.
Yeah.
It ends up just like trying to solve a puzzle, figuring out how the arms bend over. I don't know why.
Definitely. I'd say most of the time, if I'm ever doing anything with a full body, I always have a reference available.
Yeah.
I was super against it for a long time. So I was like, oh no, this isn't my art, it's the clip art.
Oh,
I'm just stealing their pose, it's not even real art anymore.
Yeah.
It's a lie. And I got over that, and my art improved quite a bit.
I see. Yeah, I think it's funny. I actually vividly remember a period where my brother was using references, and my mom said that's not really, like, that doesn't really count if you're drawing from a reference. And man, that screwed me up for so long.
It really does.
Yeah, I just don't be afraid to use references. Although I'm not using, I'm just looking at your model right now, but
yeah, I'm using it as a reference right now myself.
Yeah.
But it's still a reference. It's still something to go off of.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, yeah, maybe you'll get to a point where you don't need to have references anymore. But what do you think artists are doing when they're sitting in a studio and they're like, drawing the bowl of fruit or the person standing in front of them for hours? It's just reference training.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with getting more of that in every chance you get.
For sure. Do you have like a doll joint thing? Like, are your hands like doll jointed, or are they more like just standard?
I mean, it kind of looks that way. I'm pretty sure it's a birthmark, but that would be a pretty apt description.
Okay.
I would say.
Right. I see.
I do need to reiterate that I am 100% human.
Right.
Some of these visual discrepancies are just unknown illnesses that I'm trying to get figured out. But,
right. Yep.
Definitely normal.
Yes, 100% human guess.
So what exactly are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, well, full disclosure, I am a demon. However, I work as a standard office worker, so functionally, everything is about me is human-like, except just that I sometimes set things on fire. That's all it is.
Okay, you know what? Arson can be fun sometimes. I get that, and you've got plenty to do that with. Right?
Yeah.
You understand? Listen, I may be a regular human, you may be a demon, but I'm no dark. I'm not going to tell on you, so don't worry about that.
Excellent. Gotcha.
Everyone on stream, hopefully they're trustworthy enough with that info.
Right. Oh boy. Yeah, there's not much I have to fear from, like, humans coming after me, but there are certain demons who are still after me for leaving my post, so that's always a problem. Filing TOS reports.
I will say, okay, I don't have a lot of experience with demons, but that seems a lot more threatening than a bunch of people being angry at you.
True. Yep. They're, the problem is, and I was going to discuss this a little bit in my when I talk about my lore later. But there's a lot of demons who are still after me, and those ones haven't traded away their powers like I have, so they're pretty dangerous folks. Let's see. I gotta get these eyes.
Oh, can you resize things on this? My art is tiny. Yes, you can. Found the tools. There we go.
Oh, cool. Yeah. There's like a highlight, and I think you can transform from there. Yeah. I think I probably need to zoom in just a little bit, but I don't want to zoom in too much because I want people to be able to see your picture. We'll make sure that we keep you nice and big there. Cool.
And so I saw, I was digging through some of your stuff earlier. I saw you're working on or you were working on like a Danganronpa visual novel.
Yeah. It's been taking a fair bit of my time lately working on it, but I'm actually getting pretty close to releasing a demo. Yep. So I should have that.
Exciting.
Yeah. I'll have it out in December sometime, and I'm very much looking forward to sharing it. So everybody who will partake in it, I'll be more than happy for that, and any kind of like feedback and stuff like that. The demo is just going to be a short, like 30 minutes.
Okay. I mean that's a great chunk of time for a demo, I would say.
Yeah.
So.
Very good.
So yeah, full disclosure here, I've only actually played through the first one so far. I've been needing to play more.
Yeah.
I pretty much just blacklisted Danganronpa from like all of my media because
so you don't get spoiled?
Reading everything, I haven't had time to get around. Amazingly, I managed to play the first game without getting it spoiled for me, which, looking back on it, is the most ridiculous thing ever because even the art of things can be a spoiler.
Yeah, that's a miracle, to be honest. At this point,
I don't know how I didn't get that going for me, but with your game, is that with original characters or is that following up with actual characters from the game?
So there are original characters. I think that, all the characters are original, but it is in that same universe. I think the only thing it would have spoilers for, really, would probably be Danganronpa 1. So if you've played that one, you could probably do this one like without worrying too much. Yeah.
I did enjoy that game quite a bit.
Yeah. Now, if you didn't play Danganronpa 1, then it would have some spoilers for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I also on stream played a couple of the other Danganronpas that are out there. Man, there is so many like fan created Danganronpa stories. It's nuts. You could read them for.
Danganronpa. I like that term.
Yep. It's the only way I know to find them for sure. But the only problem is they're kind of just like scattered all over the four winds in terms of trying to find them to play. So you really have to look for some kind of community or something if you really want to dig into those.
I'll probably check them out once I finish everything else, just in case, some of them probably drop spoilers for later series, I'm sure.
Yep. Very good.
I actually played the first one a couple of years ago. No, not a couple. Was it a couple? I don't know. Pandemic times have broken my sense of time. I played the first one like a year and a half ago, and I didn't really, really enjoy it. But again, since I haven't gotten around to playing more, I have completely cut off any information about that series.
Yeah, I understand. That's wise.
I won't even, because of the things I learned finishing the first game, I won't even look at fan art because it's like fan art might have major spoilers in it, so no fan art either. Yeah,
I mean you're pretty much right to do so, unfortunately, because the other games are just as intense, like spoiler wise. Yeah, you pretty much just gotta steer clear until you're called up.
I think there might have been like one character from the third that I had spoiled for me because it was somebody's profile picture.
Oh, shoot.
Well, beyond that, I can't do a whole lot, so I'm not going to just turn off my internet altogether.
Gotcha.
I would probably die.
Right? There's only so much you can do. Yeah, I understand that because they're basically visual novels, they tend to be a pretty large time commitment. So
Yeah, and ever since I started streaming in particular, it's just like, do I have time to play this? Oh, I should probably save it for stream. Do I have time to stream this? Maybe next year.
Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. It's funny actually. Streaming has, in some senses, made it so that I play more games, or actually finish more games than ever before, because I finished some games I definitely would have dropped if I was not playing them on stream. Like I actually played Rage 2 a little while ago, and yeah, I'm glad I gave it a chance because it turned out to be fairly fun, but I don't think I would have played it very far at all if I hadn't done it on stream.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But it turned out to be pretty cool. I don't really know what your lower body looked like, but I just decided to kind of like wrap a jacket around the waist. And
that's fine. Guess the biggest difference, jacket around the waist, not super far off. Honestly, I don't know entirely what I'm wearing down there. I do wear shorts normally. That's the only.
Oh, okay, sure. I can actually make that change. Let's.
I can actually shoot you a picture if you like, because.
Oh yeah, if you got a picture.
I just sent it to a bunch of people on Twitter yesterday. Had to. My only reference was something I sent to people. I put it on like an image board so I could submit it for a sketch I was getting done. And I just never bothered posting it to Twitter. So.
Yeah.
Nice and simple.
Yeah, if you have a reference, I'd be happy to take a peek.
Go.
All right. Oh yeah, thanks. Let me quickly. I'm gonna hide my display a little bit so not everyone's looking at my Discord. Give me 1 second. Let's see, where is that? I'll hide it here, so you can see our pretty Christmas background for just a second.
Oh, I want to see that.
It's nothing special. It's just a stock image, but it's still pretty.
Oh, it's a tree.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a hotel lobby during the holidays.
Yeah, you're right there in the action.
You could be eating a continental breakfast and looking at the tree as people check into their rooms. That's the holiday spirit.
There you go. Exactly. Okay, so I've got your picture. I'll show it to everybody real quick since we got it up here. Give me 1 moment. This is Vera. You can see the shorts we were talking about, and you can also see the very human-like effect of having numbers displayed in your eyes.
Listen, I've got an eye condition. I don't know what the deal is. I've tried looking it up in books. I can't find anything on it, but I'm trying to figure it out. You know, it's this new strange time we live in with lots of new weird, slightly electronic diseases to worry about.
Yeah. I gotcha. That's just the way it is.
I tried drawing you with normal eyes earlier.
Yeah.
Part of it felt normal, but it also just felt weird and unnatural at the same time.
True. You know, I've never tried doing that, drawing what I would look like as a human. That would be interesting to do sometime. Perhaps.
Yeah, it's an interesting experiment. I mean, the eye is not the being human. I already got that part.
Yeah.
You'd have to change quite a bit for your design, I feel.
That's true. I'd have to grow some ears and among other things.
I mean, you could definitely reinterpret the fire into a hairstyle, I would think. Come up with something interesting from that.
Yeah, true. I get you. I had some people on one of my earlier draw pile streams. One of my guests, or several of my guests, have actually taken shots of drawing what I would look like as a female character. So, ironically,
you already have on the stream where you can, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
Right. So I have several concepts now of what I would look like as a female, but none of what I would look like as a human. So. That'll just have to be for the future.
It could be both.
Could be.
Get that human version, and as soon as the human version's out, that's when people
right.
jump on all of the gender band art too.
Instant transformation. Let's see. Alright, something like this. Do you have any special streams or anything planned for the holidays coming up, or are you going to be taking?
I don't actually. I had like an anniversary stream a couple days ago. That was probably about as far out as I thought. I'm not doing anything for the holidays. I kind of just live underground, or I did live underground, and then I moved to the surface, and pretty much my entire social life is online here.
Yeah.
And as far as family goes, that's not really a thing. So I might do some sort of holiday stream, just for anyone stuck at home with nothing to do on like Christmas or whatever. But other than that, not a whole lot. What about yourself?
Let's see.
Coming up here.
Yeah. I do have a pretty big event coming up for next weekend. I'm still keeping the lid on exactly what I'm doing, but it should be a pretty fun stream, and I also have a birthday celebration stream coming up.
Happy birthday. When is that?
That'll be, well, the 17th is the birthday. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually stream that day. I might do it a day early. But I do have a special stream planned where I will be doing a kind of a lore comic on stream. So I'll kind of have some cliff notes as to what I want to talk about, but I'll just be sort of freewheeling, drawing some different stuff from my past. It should be fun.
Okay. Now, I've seen like comic panels and stuff from you. Do you have any full like scripted out comic things you've done before for your stream?
That would be fun. I don't, unfortunately. I have drawn a few like little miniature comics before, but nothing really actually about my character. So, also to answer Lampshade's question real quick, no, I've never actually seen another person who had their head on fire. At least, not one who didn't go to the hospital shortly afterwards. But yeah, I'll be talking a little bit about my lore, which is a little funny because when I first started thinking about the birthday stream, I was like, well, what am I going to do for this? I know, I'll draw gift art for other people. And then I thought about it and I'm like, but I do that all the time, even if it's not my birthday. So I'm going to try to make the birthday a little bit more about me than it normally would be. We'll see.
That makes sense. Get a little bit. You know, whatever would be interesting variety for the channel is probably the best way to go.
Yeah, true.
So.
Very good. Alright. I'm going to do some colors real quick. Let's see. I'm going to first of all hide my sketch layer because I don't need it anymore. And I will add a coloring layer. There we go. Do you use Clip Studio Paint for the majority of your drawings?
I do. I'm still very much getting used to it. I've done a lot of art in my past. I've been trying to do art for a very long time. Mm-hmm. As far as digital is concerned, I've only been really working in digital for a couple of years now.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lot more experience doing traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just pencil illustrations. But it's been a lot of fun learning PC stuff, and Clip Studio seems pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy using it. I guess I grew up doing a lot of traditional too. I still post a lot of like pencil sketches and things, but I do also really enjoy doing digital art, especially as of this year. I think I've gotten really into drawing on the computer whenever I get a chance. There was actually maybe about a couple of years really, where I would only draw like a few pieces a year. Like I would go months without drawing.
I can definitely relate to that one.
Yeah. When the VTuber boom kind of happened and like HoloLive came west and everything like that, I got really inspired to draw again. And so, like, in the past year, I've probably drawn as much as I did in the past 10 years before that. It was crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't show up with the, 2D models we're using right now, but I've been, like, modding non-stop through this whole thing. I kind of took a few years off. I got into doing animation a few years ago. And I was doing art all the time. And after I finished off school, I got involved in doing tech. And I was working in game testing and different areas in that industry that kind of spun off from that job.
Cool.
But as far as art goes, it just kind of died off completely. I spent every day of my life, 80 hours a week working on art projects all the time, and then it just kind of like died completely. But then, as you said, the VTuber thing just completely flipped it. And so, like the last 8-9 months, I've been drawing way more than I used to because lots of good VTubers that need to get art done.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of like it's almost like a more interactive way to do art when you're doing it within the VTuber community.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're a VTuber yourself, of course, all your art can be like assets and things like that. But also, VTubers, one of the reasons they got into this is probably because they like, art of their characters. So, everyone's very enthusiastic to see what kind of stuff you'll draw and everything like that.
Okay, for sure.
Let's see. And Lampshade says sometimes you need just a banger of an inspiration to really buckle down and do some art.
That's super true.
Yeah. Back when so I guess before the VTuber boom, one of the big things I'd been doing was like writing, and I still write from time to time. But writing was not leaving me a whole lot of time to draw, and I actually got to the point where. So I still like writing, but it was just getting like it was almost too much of an obligation, the stuff I was doing. So I've really switched into kind of I'm focusing on art now, and I think I've increased like my throughput quite a bit. So I can do pictures faster and get them out, and yeah, it's been a good time.
Nice.
Nothing against writing, of course, but I needed a break because I'd been doing it for like 15 years in a community, and I was just like, this is kind of like controlling my life, and it feels almost like a job. I can't do this anymore.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think it's good to get a break from any.
Yeah.
Even if it's like something that I think is fun. It's like a big creative thing for you.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a chance to. It's not even necessarily taking a break from it, but it's like coming back to it fresh is like the bigger part, I feel.
Right. Like eventually I'll get back into the mood to do it. Yeah.
But you want like a different output going into it, and it's not a different outlook is what I meant to say.
Oh yeah.
Different outlook going in.
Yeah. I gotcha. Let's see. But yeah, with any hobby, I mean, if you ever get to the point where you still want it to be a hobby and it just feels like a job, there's no shame in taking a step back. Even if you feel like you have obligations to just tons of people. Of course, if you're being like paid and if you've been commissioned and stuff, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if you're yeah. But if you're just doing something for fun, make sure you're still having fun with it. It can be rough. Oh,
I've had people recently starting to come to me about like commission stuff. And
oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but I just have to be like, I am not in the place to do that right now.
Exactly. Same thing.
Like, as soon as it turns into like serious art, I have to actually think about it. It just changes the game entirely.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, all right, well, I was just kind of doodling and having fun, and now it's like, okay, but what if they don't love it the seconds they see it?
Yeah.
It's be the end of my entire future.
Right.
Anything, but I will die if this isn't the end.
Right. Yeah, I can definitely relate. I have not been promoted. I mean, like, asked about commissions very often, but the few times I have in the past, I've sort of been the same way. Like, I know if I do requests or commissions, even if it's like the nicest person in the world giving me the request or commission, it's just like the pressure of thinking someone's expecting me to do something is a little bit too much. So I try to avoid that sort of thing. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Although I will say,
your own pressure can do it too. You can have something that you're pressuring yourself to finish.
Right. Exactly.
And then something else is just easy.
Yeah. You kind of make your own pressure sometimes. But yeah, I will say one thing is, although I don't want to take like commissions or requests very often, it's still flattering to be asked to do a commission. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Major Lampshade has the same idea there. Another thing I think in the VTuber community, people who watch streams and people who do streams as well, I think a lot of artsy type people kind of congregate within those streams, and so it's always interesting to hear what kind of things people draw, and some people. Not everyone draws. I've actually met some people who do like 3D stuff recently and video gaming, like programming. It's pretty impressive the kinds of people you meet out here.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Realize I've fallen prey to one of my biggest art blunders already.
What you got?
I'll start getting myself really absorbed into like one little detail and realize I've forgotten to finish the rest of the picture.
Oh, I see.
gotta work big and then work in. Here I am being like, what if I do little gradations? Oh, I don't have a blending tool. Let me just blend in layers, and then I realize, oh, there's no flame.
You know what's funny is I forget to draw my own flame in like quite a number of pictures. So don't feel bad.
I mean, it's such a minor detail. It's only surrounding your entire head.
Yeah, right. I'm just some bald guy most of the time.
Yeah.
Right. That's funny. Sometimes I'll upload a picture and I'll look back and I'll be like, something feels off. Something feels off. And I talk to my brother about it, and he'll be like, within 2 seconds, oh yeah, you drew the hand backwards, you forgot the fire, something like that. I think sometimes we unfortunately become like blind to mistakes that we made ourselves and need somebody to tell us.
Yeah.
It's right.
Yeah, the one that I finished a piece recently that I posted on Twitter, and it's something I'd gotten like stuck on for a long time. You might have seen it. It was Ronnie and Rael as the Darkstalkers.
Oh yeah, that was such a good picture.
Thank you. I started it in September, and of course I ended up like moving in the middle of it, and I had a whole bunch of things hold me up and stop me from working on it, and then it was really hard to get back into the groove on it. Finally got it done, spent way too long working on it, and was really excited to finally post it when everything was done.
Mm-hmm. And
then I just saw like a corner of the room that I forgot to shade completely. And I'm just like, screaming on my computer for 20 minutes.
Gotcha.
It's like I've been working on this for 2 months and I just forgot to finish one corner of the room.
Yeah. Oh boy, I can relate to that feeling for sure. I've had some what I considered high-profile pictures that I've drawn, and I looked back at them and I was like, well, this character actually only has 4 fingers, don't they? It was stuff like that. I have trouble with.
Just change the lore.
Right.
Okay. I learn in mistakes. This is meant to be that way because.
Right.
Sure.
See, that's what. Actually, I just remembered what it was. Have you ever played Monster Hunter?
Just a lot of World and a little bit of the new one.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So I was drawing the Shrine Maidens from Monster Hunter Rise, the latest one.
Right. it, yeah.
And I finished drawing them, and I backed up, and I looked at it, and I said, I think the hands need a little bit more work. And my brother said, actually, the hands only have 4 fingers.
Oh no! Did you update it?
So yeah, I did end up updating it, but here's the twist. I had drawn the characters with 5 fingers, the way they're supposed to be. But did you know the Shrine Maidens only have 4 fingers?
I did. Yeah, I heard that on a podcast, and I never noticed it while I was playing the game.
I know.
To go back and fix that only to be like messing it up in the process.
Yeah, it was. Yep. It was a little rough. Also, hey, watch it.
I'm rocking. You're watching? Welcome to the chat.
Yeah, we're having fun. I like how it's coming out. I think it's looking good. Yeah, Wyverians only have 4 fingers. I learned a tough lesson. That's for sure. How do you like playing Monster Hunter?
I enjoy it. I haven't played nearly as much of Rise. Partially because when I got into World, I had a whole bunch of people I was playing it with regularly.
Oh, yeah.
And when I got into Rise, I didn't really have a group to play with at that point. Different platform and all kind of limited that aspect of it.
Yeah, I see.
I like the new mobility. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
All the grappling around you can do is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it makes you feel very mobile compared to the previous games. Monster Hunter, I guess, has always kind of felt, especially in the early games, like it was very methodical and almost plotting how you had to do each of the weapons. There were a couple of weapons that were like, allow you some more mobility, but most of them are just real slow.
So as someone who just got in on World and didn't play in the early games, first weapon I really latched onto was the insect glaive.
Oh, same here.
Specifically because of mobility.
Yeah, exactly. My first game was one of the DS ones. I always forget the name.
It was 3 and 4? Or there were like different versions of 3 and 4?
So let's see. It was on the 3DS. I want to say it was maybe Generations or something of that nature.
Oh, there was a Generations. That's right.
It was real fun, but yeah, I did the exact same thing. I was like, man, I cannot get into this game because these weapons are so like slow. But the insect glaive is a great starter weapon because you kind of can you can almost use that a little bit as a crutch. The fact that you can attack from a distance with your insect and you can move fast with the glaive, it just makes things a little easier.
Yeah, that game has given me more patience for large, slow weapons. Like, I think I've started using big axes in games a lot more than I would have prior to Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Because my loadouts have always been so focused around speed and everything I've ever played.
Yep. And I think
the game teaches you new tricks.
Yeah. I think playing something like Monster Hunter could even help you a little bit with playing something like Dark Souls, because there's actually I think they're pretty comparable in terms of how you have to fight. You just kind of have to like pick your moment to attack and try to do a lot of like dodge rolling to get around the monster's attacks. Let's see. I try to switch my weapon each game and try different ones. My favorite I tried was probably the hunting horn, just because it's really fun to bop things and it's really fun to play the music and everything like that.
It's a goofy one. I had one friend I played World with who started playing the base game after everyone had already moved on to Iceborne, and I picked up the hunting horn specifically to play with him. I never really learned it, but, my friend was hunter rank 1, and once you get all your stuff to Iceborne levels, they're pretty much impenetrable. So it was a good excuse to try messing around with it at least, and it seemed pretty goofy.
Yep. They actually, I think they've buffed it fairly significantly in Rise to the point that it's now considered like one of the go-to we want one of these on our party, but it's but yeah, I think it's always fun to play. It's kind of a team-oriented weapon. if you're playing solo, though, it's also still pretty fun, I think. And yeah, Lampshade concurs about the parallel I made there. But yeah, I actually really enjoy the Dark Souls games too, and it's much for the same reason as Monster Hunter. I think both games just sort of have this way of making every encounter sort of feel like a boss fight. So you just feel that great sense of accomplishment whenever you beat anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I'm only a little familiar with the Dark Souls games.
Yeah.
I had a weird history with it in that. So I played Demon Souls back in the day, and then I played Bloodborne.
Oh wow, that's quite a jump.
So I've never actually played a Dark Souls game. I've only played everything surrounding them.
That's interesting. I see.
Well, not everything. I haven't played the newest From Software stuff. I did play their mech games back in the day, but those probably don't share a whole lot of mechanics.
Gotcha. Are you one of those who's constantly hoping that FromSoft's next announcement will be a new Armored Core game?
Oh, I would love a new Armored Core game.
Yeah, same here.
Happen, but I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Same here. I've never been very good. I'm actually really bad at Armored Core games. I've never even come close to finishing.
They're cool. Robots are cool.
Right. Cool. Exactly.
I mean, robots you can pilot are cool. Sentient robots, not really. I don't trust those things.
Right.
In the context of like, oh, I'm going to pilot the mecha, oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I gotcha.
That makes me want to try out, I can't remember what that series is called. There's that really huge mecha crossover game, and they finally brought it to the West.
Oh, yeah, the Super Robot Wars games?
Super Robot Wars, that's right.
Yeah. My brother really is obsessed with those games. He plays them all the time. I've never actually played one myself. He's kind of like of the two of us, I like giant robots, but he's like obsessed with giant robots. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm not up on a lot of the source material, but like, I watched a lot of Gundam back in the day, and I watched Sakura Wars, and I played the new one.
Oh, yeah.
And, Heaven Million, of course. I don't think that's in there, but
Yeah. Hey, what did you think of the latest Sakura Wars game?
I liked it. Like the cast is it's a different cast, and I think the cast is still decent.
Yeah.
And I think the game was fun. Do I wish they didn't change the genre of the game entirely? Absolutely. But I enjoyed what was there.
Yeah.
Did you play it?
Yeah, I did play it, and so here's my opinion on the game is that I really enjoyed almost all of it, and I feel like they really just tripped and absolutely face planted at the ending. But
Yes.
but I would still recommend the game because it's fun to play. But I just think, man, that ending was like, it went from my game of the year to being like a game I have a hard time recommending to people because the ending was just so bad.
Understandable. Yeah, I wish the game was more successful than it was, because I don't think it did too great.
Shoot.
Just so we could get more in the West.
Yeah.
The last time they actually put out was the mobile game, and the mobile game was definitely a flop.
Oh, really? I never had a chance to play it because it was Japanese
I don't
only.
know if it came out here. It was Japanese only? Well, there you go. But
Yeah.
I saw articles about it just not making sales. And it's just like, oh, apparently nobody wants to play Sakura Wars. It's like, no.
Right, it's just because it's a
You
movie.
can't just slap the name on something and complain when people don't want to play the series anymore. Because you change the game entirely.
Exactly. Actually, you've reminded me that the other Sakura Wars game that I played before this was So Long My Love on the PS2, and I really enjoyed that one. But it was quite some time ago. Also, hey Kay, good to see you.
Welcome.
Let's see. Yeah, I did not realize that the mobile game had flopped that hard, but that's unfortunate.
I mean, everyone's chasing the same mobile market, and it's like,
Yeah.
for as much whaling as these games want people to do, there's only so much money people have to spend on mobile games.
Yep.
You know, if you sell somebody a game for $60, I think you're going to get a lot more people than you're going to get. Because the thing is, I get the appeal. I get why people aim their games towards, whoever's willing to drop a few $1,000s on their game. That dries up. Those people spend their money on their favorite game, and then that's where their money goes. They're not going to be like, oh, well, I need to spend $1,000 on every single game I play. No,
Right.
Of course not. That's crazy.
Yep. You gotta pick one to wail on, unfortunately. I for a long time I played a lot of mobile games. Like I would juggle like 4 or 5 at a time. When I started, when I got really into writing, I kind of dropped off that a bit, and then once I got into VTubers, I dropped all my mobile games.
Oh, I'm really glad I did. What mobile games are you into?
Let's see. At the time, also thank you for the follow, Major Lampshade. Welcome to my co-conspirators. But yeah, the mobile games that I would play, I was really into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and
does that play like Yu-Gi-Oh, or is it just the characters from Yu-Gi-Oh?
It plays like Yu-Gi-Oh, but they've shrunk it, so instead of having like 5 monster slots, you only have 3, and you only have half the life points, so games just go really fast comparatively. But yeah, I thought it was really fun, and I still think it's pretty fun, but I waste so much time when doing it.
I really get that. Yeah.
And Kay and I were actually playing some just yesterday. Kay kind of dragged me back into it, so, but it was fun. It was great to revisit my old stomping grounds. What about you? What mobile games were you into?
So I've got a few I've been really into. The last one that took over my life, I mean, I did play a decent amount of Genshin, but I never played that on mobile. The same sort of thing, but at least I was kind of able to divorce myself from the daily mindset with that one, so I didn't feel the same. Arknights, though, that game consumed my 2020.
Oh, good.
I had so much Arknights last year. I'm really glad, apparently the game's getting an anime soon, which is awesome, because that's even more incentive for me to never play the game again.
Gotcha. Oh boy.
I enjoyed it, but, so many of those games have so much grinding involved, and I just want to look at the characters and see them do their cool sci-fi furry anime shit. And, oh, sorry, I don't know if I should swear on the chat.
Oh, no, it's fine, Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Other than that, I used to be really into Terra Battle, but that was the beginning of me realizing, mobile games go away after a while and then you can't play them anymore.
Oh, wow.
That kind of helped a little bit too, because I played that game for 3 years, and then I played the sequel for 7 months, and the sequel got shut down because nobody wanted to switch to the sequel of a mobile game, which makes sense because again, they dumped tons of money into the game.
Yep.
And then the first one got shut down too, and I was like, oh,
sheesh.
You don't get to keep the game.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's no good. Geez Louise, when I think about all the games I played and all the time I spent on those games, my other big flames were it's embarrassing to say, but it was basically just waifu collection games. I played Brave 9. I played what else did I play? Somehow I got addicted to Hero Hunters, which, if you look at Hero Hunters, the closest thing I can compare it to is G.I. Joe. But right. I don't know who would, but it was. I mean, when you're playing it, you're like, all right, this is it. This is my jam. I'm doing this daily for the rest of my life. And then one day I'm like, whoa, hold on, the rest of my life? So I finally stopped.
Looks like it's fun.
Yeah, I had to stop.
It looks like if G.I. Joe's got a crossover on Fortnite.
Exactly. That's the best comparison I've ever heard of. It's basically like if G.I. Joe was in Fortnite. What Hero Hunters looks like. That's great. Perfect. I know when I do these art collabs, I kind of take up like too much of the canvas if I'm encroaching.
No, actually, it's been kind of fun because like I was making my thing super super small, and then I blew out the tiny bit, and it's still super super small.
Oh, okay.
It's been kind of fun just working with the pixel level scale.
Okay, cool. Oh, you gotcha.
The thing I love the most about digital art, as opposed to traditional media, is I play with color way more digitally than I ever did on paper. Because I love like pastels and paint and stuff like that, but it's a limited resource. You're not just obviously running out of pastel or paint, but like the canvas builds up.
Yeah.
You can just do so much with color, and there's no permits. And,
correct.
You can paint over the same thing 80 times in a row, and no one's going to stop me.
Yeah. Exactly. Honestly, if I'm doing traditional media, I don't color anything myself. I just just pen and pencil is about all I do. While it's still fun to do sketches and things, if I'm ever like trying to do something with the intention of coloring, I'm going to go straight to digital myself. Let's see. I'm going to try to do one of your expressions here after I finish drawing this here.
Well, I'm probably just going to obsessively work on this one drawing the whole time. That's all.
That's okay. We're having a fun chat regardless.
Yeah.
That's all good.
But no, as far as the waifu collection, like, I liked playing Arc Knights, but at the end of the day, no, it was just waifu collection. That's fine.
Exactly.
That's why I was there. Whatever.
Right. I mean, it's funny if you on Twitter especially, you can hear people say like, I've done 100 Genshin Impact fan arts now, and I've never actually played the game.
Yeah.
People are so addicted to like just the characters and all like the fandom and everything like that. But they
sometimes.
Yep. The characters kind of take
over. Guest girl. I don't feel like I want to play the game ever again, but I have my favorite.
Yep. Oh, you good? Who's your favorite Genshin Impact character?
Oh, Sucrose. I think she's a cat.
Oh,
might be a dog. I don't know what she's supposed to be. She has ears. She has the green hair. She's the alchemist nerd girl.
Oh, okay, cool. I got
you.
Yeah, to be honest, I've never played the game, and yet, as an example of what I was just talking about, there's lots of characters that I like the look of, but I've never actually played the game.
Totally fair.
I kind of like, what is her name? I like Lisa and characters like that very much. This looks pretty good. I'm happy with how this line art's coming out.
I liked my favorite because she seemed like a pretty direct reference to one of my favorite RPG series.
Ooh.
We've ever played or seen the Atelier games.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, my brother plays a lot of this.
Yeah, I'm glad it's actually popular now. The series was not popular at all, but the most recent series took off very, very hard, and people actually know what it is now, which is great.
Yeah. You know, what I was really surprised to see recently is they're actually going back and making a sequel of one of the older ones. I forgot.
Yeah, they're doing Sophie.
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty surprising. I was a little surprised to see that.
It is, because, I mean, they did do a direct sequel for Ryza, but that's because Ryza is the most successful thing in the entire series ever. So they were going to just keep going with it.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them revisit other things.
Yeah.
They're good games, and that's probably it's gotten a lot better this last generation. I like the old ones too, but they're kind of time management hell a lot of the times.
Yeah, my brother spends a lot of time on this.
Well, the older ones were way worse too, because you could literally run out of time, because crafting things is one of the major mechanics of that game. You have to make all of your teammates have like their own weapons and stuff that they go into fights with. Some people have magic and stuff. The main character's gimmick was I'm an alchemist. I'll make my own gear. So you had to make your grenades, you had to make your healing salves, make all that stuff. And it takes weeks of in-game time. And in the other ones, you could just lose. Because it's like you spent too much time crafting, and you needed to beat the game in 3 years game time, and you didn't.
Yep. Oh boy.
It's just fantastic. First time I played it, I was so excited when I got to the ending, and it was, what was it? Talia Aisha, I think. My mentor showed up at my house and was like, I found your sister. You were supposed to find her, but you never got around to it. Kind of the worst apprentice I've ever had. So, see you later. And that was like the ending of the game.
Oh no.
So, something special.
That's terrifying. That's legitimately terrifying.
Good times.
Oh boy. My brother's favorite from the series is Monica Mia. I don't know if that's 2 or 1, but those were his.
Super old. Wow.
Yep. It's been a while, yeah. Classics.
And that was, I don't know if that was PS1 or PS2. I didn't get into the PS3 ones, so.
Yeah, I think that was PS2. Yep.
So I know you've been playing Battlefront, and you like that series. And I know you were doing, what's that, Helltaker? There was like a Helltaker visual novel.
Yep.
You were doing recently. What other games are you super big on?
Let's see. So on stream, I've really been playing those lately, but other games that I like, I've been doing some. I'm trying to think of what I've been doing off stream. It might sound weird, but I don't have a whole lot of games that I play off stream. I guess just because I'm doing so much. Like, if I'm off stream, I'm usually doing alright. Actually.
Oh yeah, no, I feel that one.
I will.
I do a lot more games off stream, but you get to a point where it's just like.
Yeah. The curse of being a VTuber is that suddenly you look at your library and you think, I can't start this now, I should play this on stream.
Yeah.
When you start thinking that way. Yeah.
The worst thing is all the games that I started within the last year. And it's just like, I love to finish that, but you know, in the middle of the way through, nobody wants to watch that. So.
Right. I'm actually that way with Tales of Berseria right now. I was about, like, halfway through, and then I got into VTubing, and I haven't played it a single bit since. I need to get back to it. That's a shame.
Trying to finish up my second route, and then the rest of the routes for Near Replicant right now. But
oh, nice.
I just never sit down to make time to play games if I'm not recording it. So
yeah, I got you. I really enjoyed Nier Automata, and I've not had a chance to play Replicant yet.
I completely slept on the series at first. I was very late to Automata, but I loved it a lot.
Yeah.
I kind of wrote the game off at first, to be honest. A lot of the fanfare around that game, and you know, I was like, I have no issue with fan service in games. Not at all. I can enjoy fan service in games. But if all I see of a game is fan service and nothing else, I don't necessarily expect the gameplay to be good.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And all I saw about Automata for the longest time was, here's more shots of 2B's butt.
Right.
Okay, great, that's all I knew about the game. So I was like, well, it's probably just another throwaway anime release. And then I found out it was like one of my favorite artists working on it, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it a try. And it turned out to be great, but...
Yeah. Well, I got you. Yeah,
It was not Cinnamon Polygraph, it's quite a bit higher.
Gotcha. I have, unfortunately, a very long history with Cinnamon myself, but if I were to tell you which game you should play, it would definitely be Nier Automata.
I've played and enjoyed Cinnamon Polygraph, but I don't necessarily consider them, like, great games. Like,
that's perfectly good.
I'll play them for fun, but if I'm going to, like, be saving up for a big release or something, that might not be the top of it.
Correct.
I did pick up, like, the most fan servicey garbage one of those, because I was like, I like Splatoon, but I'm kind of sick of Splatoon. What should I do?
Peach Beach Splat.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
not good.
Right?
It was fun.
Yep. A Senran Kagura game doesn't have to be fun to play to be good, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because that series really has its roots in like the side-scrolling brawlers, but I think my favorite of those games are probably actually like the 3D brawlers that almost play like Musou games, or like Warriors games.
I only thought it was a 3D brawler. I didn't even know they had 3D ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, I guess they're always 3D, but the oldest ones kind of play on like a side-scrolling.
Yeah, the quote-unquote 2.5D.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Right. And they've never really been my favorites, but I do enjoy. So none of them I'm really going to enjoy from a gameplay standpoint. But if I had to, I would pick the the 3D brawlers. Let's see.
Yeah, this one is another one I've always wanted to try out. And I've heard they're terrible, but at the same time, they seem like they can be fun in their own right. Is the Mara series?
Yeah, I've never actually played this. I know about them, but I've never taken the plunge.
Everything I've seen looks so incredibly cheesy.
Yeah. Well, I guess that when you realize that, I guess it translates over into the English as bikini zombie slayers. Yeah, I guess it's going to be pretty cheesy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's see. I feel like I messed up on this thumb a little bit. I'm going to try to work on that a little.
Yeah, I guess speaking of games, I guess the Game Awards are going on today.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people were streaming that. Do you normally follow the Game Awards? That's the one with Geoff Kelly, isn't it?
Cameron less and less the last few years. I don't know. I've been impressed by them sometimes, but I feel like it's kind of been a lot. The games I'm interested in are usually not like the super big AAA ones.
Yeah.
And it seems that most of what you see at the Game Awards are either A, large AAA games, or B, Need for Speed. Just, random celebrity cameos that don't need to be there but are.
Mm-hmm.
Musical acts that don't have anything to do with gaming, but they're just there because it's big, so they need to have these things because it's on their
Yep.
checklist for how to make a successful show.
Exactly. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, a lot of people watch the Game Awards, but I think I guess what most people are watching for is really if someone will sneak in some game announcements. That's what people want is
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the actual awards because honestly, the things I want to see there usually don't even get nominated.
Right. Exactly. Same for me. Like if you look at the RPG section this year, I think like the top nominee was Cyberpunk or something. I'm like, come on.
Right? Because everyone loves Cyberpunk so much.
Right. and it's a notable like RPG is the first thing I think of when I think of Cyberpunk. Oh boy.
I'm a big fan of fighting games. That's a category that's always been pretty rough.
Oh yeah.
See. Because first of all, they knock it out as early as they possibly can. And then sometimes you just have like the weirdest stuff nominated. Like what was that game called? Jump Stars, I think it was called.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Have you seen any footage of like the cutscenes and the campaign of that game?
Yes.
All the animations are such a train wreck.
Right.
Amazing in its own right, like not for an award show.
Yep. That's a pretty strange inclusion to the list, that's for sure.
It's because all of the smaller things they've never heard of. So they just don't include them.
Yeah. I get
people know who Goku is.
Yeah. Hey, so you said you're big into fighting games. Which games do you play?
Recently, not nearly as much because again, streaming.
Oh yeah.
Outside of streaming, I've really been enjoying the new Multi Blood. Guilty Gear is probably one of my favorite series, and I'm still not super feeling the newest Guilty Gear, but I will say it's incredibly pretty, and I like looking at it.
Yeah.
It just kind of changed the gameplay, but
I guess. Yeah, I have a friend who's sort of the same way. He's a big like Guilty Gear X2 fan, or Guilty Gear. I guess you'd say Accent Core plus RR now.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah,
Um,
I really enjoyed that one. I also really enjoy Strive, but Faust has always kind of like been my go-to guy.
Everyone's a lot different this time around.
Yeah, Faust is so different now. I have a very hard time.
As much as I love Fitsugeki, they removed like half of May's moveset, which is very upsetting to me.
Mm-hmm. I see.
It's all the moves have been like toned down a lot. But I've been enjoying Multi-Blood a lot because it has like the same speed. It's the same from that game. And pretty excited for the new King of Fighters as well.
Yeah. Man, with King of Fighters, I love King of Fighters characters, but I've always had a hard time getting into the games. I'm not sure why.
Is it the gameplay itself?
Yeah. If for some reason it has not clicked with me, like maybe I'm just, I mean, theoretically it shouldn't play that much different than like Street Fighter or something, but I don't know. I just I've never really been able to get into it for some reason.
Are you really good at playing Street Fighter?
I do like playing.
Not like professional levels, but just like
I do enjoy playing Street Fighter. 4 was kind of the one I played the most. I really like 3 as well, but I'm not any. I was never very much good at it.
I think 3 is still not a very out there opinion at all, but 3 is the best that series has played, if you ask me.
Yeah. And man, the graphics in that one are still a marvel.
Oh, they're fantastic, yeah. I love sprite art, and I'm sad we don't see as much of it as we used to, but
yeah.
It's gorgeous.
For sure. And 5 was a little bit of a disappointment for me.
It did get better over time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, people have said it's improved quite a lot. They fleshed out the roster so much. They improved various things, but I tell you, I even went back and played the demo. There's just something about everything, just from like the hits to the inputs to everything, that just feels like I want to go back to Street Fighter 4. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but I don't know. Street Fighter 4 was so comfortable for me.
I super get it. That seems reasonable. I mean, it's a different physics engine. Everything's going to feel different. Even if you flesh out the game, add more moves, tweak things around, at its core, it's a different game. So it's always going to feel different. You're never going to recreate the same feel you had in the previous ones.
Yeah. I guess that's true. And yeah, Lampshade, you may have a point there that maybe the strictness of the combos may be what is a little harder for me. It's only in like recent years that I started like putting in the levels of practice that I need to actually really learn fighting games. So maybe if I tried King of Fighters games nowadays, I'd actually enjoy them more. I don't know. Maybe.
And part of the reason I was wondering how you are with Street Fighter, though, is I actually struggle with a lot of the Street Fighter inputs.
Oh, really?
But I don't with King of Fighters.
Huh. Maybe it just...
I think experience with one kind of trains your brain and your muscle memory in a different way than the other might.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's like once you learn it from one game, it's hard to dump that out and start over for another one.
Because on paper, they're very similar. All the inputs are generally the same kind of things, but they have a different flow, both of them.
Yeah. Who is your favorite King of Fighters character? Who do you like to play?
A few, which is good because you're supposed to play a few of them. Leona has always been a favorite of mine.
Ooh, nice.
Shermie has always been a favorite of mine. And
that's good taste.
Ash is a favorite of mine.
Nice.
Ash is kind of more of a... I don't know. I know a lot of people don't like Ash, but those three are generally my favorites.
Yeah.
They all have really nice hair.
Yeah.
That's not why I like them. I like them for the playstyles, but I like grapplers and I like charge characters because I haven't necessarily always been good at grapples and charge, but if something's difficult, I like to take on the challenge, even if that means I kind of suck at it in the end.
Yeah, I got you. Honestly, I really like charge characters and grapplers as well. Two of my favorites. I actually played E Honda for a really long time in Street Fighter 4. Kind of a quintessential charge character.
One of the first charge characters ever,
Yeah. Nowadays, I think if you say charge character, you'll definitely think people will think of like Gil or something of that nature. Anyways, but yeah, the King of Fighters wise, I think that would be very close to who I would want to play if I were to play King of Fighters. And man, they've got a bunch of great character designs in that game.
I love the character designs in that series. Like when it comes to character designs, I feel like KOF and Guilty Gear are like the tops of the genre. Just KOF goes more like reasonable with it, generally speaking, and Guilty Gear goes like over the top anime.
Yeah. It's definitely the fighting game for like anime, not just anime fans, but I guess even Shunbi people, like people who want like their cool dialogue. I mean, like their sword fights and things like that. Speaking of sword fights, Soul Calibur is one of my favorite fighting game series.
Soul Calibur's a fun one.
Yeah, that's of course 3D, and it's been a while since they've had a. It feels bad to say it, but I guess by now it's been a while since they had a new entry. So I hope
it has. I feel like there was supposed to be more DLC for that, and they just kind of stopped.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually surprised how much DLC they got. With, they did a couple of season passes. I thought they were only going to get one season pass.
Were there multiple seasons? I guess there were two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's been a little bit quiet ever since that stuff dried off. And if I were to look at the release date now, I'm sure I would be feeling a little old. Oh boy.
I find a reference of the anal years.
Yeah.
It's time I move on from this first drawing and maybe work on this.
That's fine. Yeah, take all the time.
I haven't worked on this one in a while.
Yeah. I got you. I do have a reference on my card, which is in my... Actually, you know what I can do is... Watch this. I've got a command set. Yeah. We'll do this. Yep. So if you check my card, I've got a reference page on there that has my amulet.
I don't think it popped up for me.
Oh, really? Whoops. Do I have it misspelled? That would be bad.
I got C-A-R-R-D. I don't know if it's right or not.
Okay.
Maybe the browser messing up as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh. I might have to test that a little bit. Maybe I'll see if my brother can get it to pop up.
I do feel like sometimes Twitch commands are kind of hit or miss for me. Like I have streams where I get them and streams where they just don't seem to show up. So it might be on my end as well.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I do have a little picture of him up near the top. He's doing like a wing flap there, but
Oh, hey, I didn't even realize you were drawing it. Fantastic.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. If he wants to draw him, there's a reference for you.
Yeah. I think that's...
There was a period of time where I was drawing Emiliers a lot, like in different costumes and things. And it was fun, but I realized at some point that like if I kept doing the same costume over and over, it would just get a little repetitive. And so I told myself I'm going to draw a new Emilier for new costumes, and then it's been months since I had that thought. So eventually I'll get back.
Now you're remembering it, so
Yeah.
One step closer to having it happen.
That's true.
Alright,
That's true.
let's get a second thing going here.
Every time I start a new picture, I forget to go back to the original line art layer. So I have to make another new layer for the colors.
It's actually a pretty good idea. I've been trying to merge my layers down whenever I have too many of them, but apparently it keeps the blank layer, at least with this tool.
Huh. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
wait. There's a plus in the thing, and there's a. Okay. So if you try to do the plus and the down arrow, it actually moves the art from the current layer onto the layer underneath.
Oh,
But
really?
if you do the scissors and the down arrow, it actually merges the layers, so you lose the additional layer, though.
I see.
Which is generally how I would think that it would work. So good to know.
Yeah. I was not
Learning
familiar.
tools.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
You gotta draw this one a little faster, because that took a while.
That's okay. You got all the time you need. Let's see. I actually did a VTuber, or I was in a VTuber fighting game community tournament one time.
It's fun.
Yeah.
What was the tournament?
It was Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R.
Awesome. What do you play?
So I was playing Faust, and I played a
Faust name.
yeah. I played a lot of people who it was very fun getting introduced to. I played against Heenan Gal, very nice VTuber. I played against a couple of people. I made it through like I got 2 wins and before getting knocked out, I think, which was better than I expected. So I'm not a tournament level player, really.
2 wins is still pretty good when you're playing against people who really know what they're doing. So.
Yeah. Man, there are some tough Guilty Gear XX players out there in the VTuber community. Some real like there's Inferno Kim was one of the people in there, and he's in every tournament, and man is he good. It drives me up the wall watching him play. Let's see. I think I'll put some colors on this one. We'll
You know, I was playing in the beta for the new Camp Fighters 2 weeks ago, I think that was.
Ooh, nice.
And didn't even go into training, didn't set my team or anything. Just decided I would jump straight into the online, because a lot of times the fighting games will, or the online modes, they'll make it so you pick your characters ahead of time, which I forgot to do. But very first round I jumped into in the beta. So everyone in the beta happened to be with Sino Plemiel, who was also a VTuber.
Oh, really?
And just the odds of having my first random online match that I did on stream with another VTuber
Nice.
didn't seem very high to me, but that's how it worked out.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I often do wonder if most of the times. So my name here, of course, is AIM VTuber. Most people don't pronounce the VTuber, which is fine. And is normal.
VTuber is not part of your actual name.
Right? I know, right? Strange. But anyways, sometimes the name AIM will be taken, and like some of my backup names will be taken, and so I have to take the name AIM VTuber. And I have a feeling that when you go out there like with an online handle that says VTuber in it, it's kind of like some people are like laser focused in on you. Like you become their target because they're like, all right, somebody's streaming this and I'm about to make his life hell. If you're playing like a fighting, I mean like a shooting game or somewhere where they can single you out, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Can be your 5 minutes of internet fame right there.
Yep. And yes, there's the AIM VTuber. Wow.
Yeah, I think my screen names when I'm gaming. Well, in Steam, I updated my Steam because they let you do that for free. Are actually branded correctly, but on my PlayStation, which is where I do like 99% of my stuff anyway, probably need to change that eventually. You know, I didn't use my actual name for it, thankfully.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not that Vera Proxima isn't my actual name in real life too, because this is real life after all.
Right.
Should probably still update that to match the brand though.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know what you mean. Let's see. Oh, another thing that's really bad is having the name AIM and playing a first-person shooter is like painting a giant target on your face. It's like if you're too good, it's like, oh, your name's AIM because you're an AIM bot. And if you're too bad, it's like, oh, why is your name AIM? You can't aim.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bad idea. Don't do it.
The AIM bot thing in particular seems like that would be an annoying one.
Yeah. Thankfully, that one doesn't happen too often. It's rare that I.
Well, the insults can be annoying after a while.
Right.
I feel like with the AIM bot, you're going to get a lot more false reports going on.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Oh boy. It's been a while since I really played a first-person shooter that much, but back in yeah, I'm just not very good at that. Halo came out recently, and I was playing the multiplayer beta of that. But I found that I was doing, average, not great. But the rewards structure on the multiplayer was just offensively bad. I think they've fixed it a little bit since then.
Oh yeah, I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about how bad the
I mean, you wouldn't think it would
was currently.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it would matter because you're like, okay, well, what are you even looking for? It's just going to be some helmets for your guy or something. But there's something about winning a match and seeing your EXP thing tick up from 0 to 5 out of 100. That's just why am I even playing this? I can't play this until they give me some progression. I don't know. It's maybe that was a petty reason, but I felt like they have to fix that before I get back.
That seems reasonable to me.
Maybe.
I think the campaign actually just dropped yesterday too. I was watching. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I was watching Rumble streaming the campaign yesterday.
Oh, really?
So I think it just dropped.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it is.
I didn't realize the campaign was out.
Yeah. Very new to me too. I read something funny about the campaign, which is that as you go through it, of course I'm not going to spoil too much that happens, but I will say there's some bosses that are described as being amusingly designed to be faced in co-op, which is not in the game yet and is going to be added later.
Oh.
So you'll be fighting, for instance, an enemy that has armor plates all over his face, and he always turns to face you. And it's man, I sure wish I had a partner to fight this guy who could shoot him in the back while I distract him.
They still put them in the main game even when you're playing single player?
Correct. And to be clear, you cannot currently play co-op. So right now you've pretty much just got to shoot these armored guys in their faces until they die.
That is not a good way to put your game out at all.
Yeah. But anyways, who knows? I've still heard some good things about it too, but that part in particular sounded kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
What?
As long as you don't have to kill them to get through the area.
Well,
you just launch a rocket at them or throw a grenade at them.
Yeah, maybe throw a grenade behind them. And
That's an alternate way to get it working.
Yeah. All right. What else can I draw? Oh, I know. It's since it's Rummy and Cookie's anniversary, why don't I do a quick Rummy and Cookie?
Cool.
That would be fun.
That's the one thing I've actually gotten very good at drawing this year.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, when you first see Rummy and Cokie, you're like, those are great designs. And then, when you draw them, it's like you become addicted to drawing. You just...
Really fun designs to draw. And, especially, I really enjoyed drawing both of them a lot, but, figuring out Cookie's coat was the...
Oh, that's true, yeah. It's pretty complex, yeah. That's for sure. Let's see. Where's a good picture?
You should just stay around and finish this one.
Yeah. Nice familiar you got there. Looking good.
Thank you. I didn't even see a little smudge there in the middle. Oh, that's cute.
Yes.
I got a whole spread going on over there.
Yeah. We got all kinds of Veras over here. Let's see. I'll do a quick little rummy and cookie.
This has been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah. I tell you, one of the best things about doing this is not just the drawing, but also, I get to meet people a lot more than I do just from quick, like, Twitter conversations.
Yeah, because that's pretty much all we have at this point.
Yeah.
A little bit more now.
Yeah, exactly. It's really fun to meet people that way.
Prior to the tail end of that stream, I did the over on that was on Brett's channel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to the tail end of that and this right now, I've never actually done any drawing on stream because I'm always kind of like, am I going to be able to keep people entertained while I draw? I don't know. But,
yeah. I see what you're saying.
2 people drawing has been kind of fun.
Yeah. Actually thinking about it, early on I had done like a lot of just by myself art streams, and they're fun and I get stuff done. But I think really my favorite art streams I've done are definitely when I get some other people on and we get to do something collaborative like this. You can kind of fill up a canvas. You get to learn about the other person. It's a great way to hang out. Yeah. And yeah, you can also do an audience drawing too. That's something I've been meaning to do. One reason I hadn't really yet was because obviously I'm still a little bit new and a little bit small, so you don't want to plan an audience thing and then be like, oh well, actually I don't have an audience today. But you know how it is. One of the
on the plus side, since you're drawing, you can just keep drawing, but
true.
Anytime you have something structured around audience engagement, you kind of want the audience to show up.
Right, exactly. But as things keep going, maybe I'll do one in the future. That might be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
When did you start VTubing, by the way?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
When did you start VTubing, by the way?
Let's see. I think it was in April of this year.
Okay.
So let me think. Yeah, I guess I'm probably at about 8 months now. How about you?
Cool. Mine was a little rocky getting started. I actually started making my model and getting everything prepped back in December of last year. I decided I was going to do this probably late October of last year, and started slowly chipping away at it in my free time. And then I moved, and the place I moved to had a really busted internet.
Shoot.
And so that postponed my plans from starting in January to starting in March while I got the internet sorted out. And then the internet was not sorted out, so that got moved to starting in June when I moved another time. And so I started in June, and then I streamed from June and July. And then at the beginning of August, the internet gave out at my new place, and the landlord had no intentions of fixing the wiring problem.
Shoot.
So I had to move again. So I took 2 months off. So I started in June, but I've actually only done, June, July, October, November. So I've only really done like 4 months, 4.5 months maybe.
Gotcha. I see.
With weird intermissions is all.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a little rough. I know you were probably chomping at the bit to get to it.
Oh yeah, I mean the last one was rough on more than just streaming because the whole remote work thing did not work super well with that setup.
Gotcha.
I was definitely more excited about getting the VTubing thing up and running again than the work angle, for sure.
Yeah. I get you. Well, I'm glad you're able to do the VTubing now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And now I get to do it with other people. Yay.
Absolutely. Let's see. Here we go. Something like this.
And you're Live 2D. Obviously, not using it now, but that was just like, what was that? 2 months ago? You were working on that.
Yeah.
You had a bunch of upgrades for it fairly recently.
Yep. So yeah, I guess about 2 months ago, I made what I call South Park aim, who was basically I was just trying to like learn how to do Live 2D, so I made like a flat colors version of myself. It looks really funny. Once I finished him up, I started working on the old shoulders up version that you see here. Except, of course, normally it's Live 2D. Right now, I'm doing the PNG because I think it's usually best to try to match your guest if you can.
Makes sense.
But and I'm not quite at the point that I want to stream 2D models. I don't know if my rig's that beefy. So,
I hero explode, so I feel that.
Gotcha. But yeah, I'm happy to have that done, and I'm hoping I will have some more progress to show in the future, because eventually I'd like to be like a full body and all that kind of stuff. But it'll come over time. And thank you, Lampshade. Thank you. Let's see. I'm gonna do a funny looking rummy face here. There we go. I think she's got a cheek band-aid too. So.
Yes. Cheek, hand, nose.
Yeah.
A lot of bandits.
Lots of bandages.
Not a lot of bandages.
Alright. We'll do a little Koki as well. Let's see. Yeah, that hood's always a little tricky. We'll get it. There we go.
I'm trying to remember what the characters on the sleeve said. They might have been death or something. Like, I know it was something, like, really obvious.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, I could not figure out what they were supposed to say on them.
Yep. Do you read Japanese?
I do not.
I don't either. You probably looked it up. I would be the same way.
That would make the reading of the sleeves a lot easier.
Gotcha.
Also the fact that, like, I don't know the language, and also everything is cut in half, because you only see the front on one side and the back on the other side.
True.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So
that's fine. There's going to be 4 this time.
Gotcha.
This is my annual year. I'll do what I want.
Good. Somebody told me one time that the Amelia looks like he's shaped like a slice of bread, and now I can't unsee it.
Let me just see here. I'll just emphasize the bread.
Yep.
The bread a little bit. I think that's important. So that you brought it up, we gotta be bread.
Yep. Pretty bread shaped. By the way, the shading...
I was thinking more of like a coffin shape. Not coffin. Wow, that's not the right word I'm looking for. A tombstone shape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is kind of tombstone-y. That's true. I can see that, too. Oh, man. Let's see. Kind of draw like this. I love keeping track of these canvases after I finish one of these collaborative drawing streams. It's always fun to show it off after the fact on Twitter.
Yeah. Feels like it would be. I guess I've used this program 3 times now. But the last 2 times I used it, I only did everything on a single layer. Just because simplicity when you have a whole bunch of people drawing on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The first time was Rummy and Meat Thanksgiving. We're doing hand turkey art.
Oh yeah, I remember something like that. Yeah.
And the last time there were like 7 of us, so still don't have too many layers in play. It's nice being able to actually spread out to work a little bit.
Yeah. I got you. I myself have not done a whole lot of really large collabs yet. I do have a pretty big one coming up very soon here, but I'm always up for them. So if you ever doing anything, want to hang out, I'd be
I
happy.
would love to. At this point, I've just been kind of getting in on any collab I can. My biggest issue with my streams at the moment is just the limitations of my computer. I don't have a graphics card.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is kind of difficult to work with while streaming. I have a capture card and consoles I can work with. But even things like OBS try to offload all of their processing power to your GPU if they can. So when you don't have a graphics card, it just kind of becomes a big suck for any sort of memory. Like something, I was trying to look in to see if I can pretty much run pixel games on my computer. If it's like a game maker or RPG maker thing, that's about the extent of what I can do. Or things like this, though, seem to work fine. So there might be more of that kind of stuff in the future.
Yeah. That's one good thing about these types of things is the drawing is never going to be too intense if you're doing it in like one of these browser programs. So yeah, definitely a good back pocket ideas. Just putting these up and even outside of my streams where I hang out with people, sometimes it's fun to just bring up a canvas and start doodling whatever comes to your mind, and especially if you do have someone you can just like ask for ideas or something. It's a lot of fun to just draw them. Let's see, who else can I add to our little group here? Oh, hey, thanks for following, Bree. Welcome to the co-conspirators. Let's see, who else would be good to add here?
That's something I need to work on. I don't have a name for my followers yet. They'll be co-conspirators, though.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna give me 1 second here.
No
Just
problem.
need to watch something. Make sure. Okay. Got a little jumpy there. I had 2 first-time chatters, and I'm just being careful because there has been some suspicious activity lately. But I think we're good.
Good.
Welcome.
Yeah. I've been getting a lot more people trying to help me get rich and famous if I click on their links last week.
Yep. I guess.
So far, I haven't gotten famous from it. My credit card has been compromised, but that's probably unrelated.
Probably completely unrelated. Yeah. Also, hey, Slay. Yeah. I think some people maybe have shown up from either the art tag or the AdGeo. So it's good to have you either way. Yeah. Let's see. Who else can I add to our little group here? I might just add Sheriff Dance because it is fun to draw Sheriff Dance's head.
Sheriff has a very fun design.
Yeah. Fun guy.
If you need something after Sheriff, Pinto is always a good inclusion.
Oh, good point. Yep. Maybe. Alrighty. By the way, have you had something that you would consider dinner tonight? I just wanted to make sure I was not taking you away from dinner.
Oh, yeah, I just ate early. I was
Okay.
eating during the Roman Cokie thing.
Cool. I got you. Because I had Phantom Mariachi on once, and we went for, I think, almost 3 hours. And I talked to him, and he said, well, for me, it's a little past breakfast time, or it's almost lunchtime, and I haven't eaten any breakfast, and it's past lunchtime, and I haven't eaten lunch. I was like, okay, well, that was my bad. We'll let you get. Yeah. We were just having so much fun. All right. Let's see. How does this work? With Sheriff, it's the sideburns. There we go. Something like that. By the way, the shading on that brow over there on my head looks pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's not my usual shading approach because I don't feel like a lot of the brush options are here, but playing with the opacity, you can do a decent amount. So.
Yep, I got you.
It's kind of fun.
Nice. I should probably experiment a little bit more. I know they've got some tools in here, and I've only ever really tried the like solid flat shading style.
I have a tendency to try to go really overboard with my shading on things, and a lot of times it doesn't really make any sense. But I like having elaborate shading where I can.
Gotcha. I see. Man, every time I draw Sheriff, for some reason I draw him like with frown, almost like Inspector Zenigata from Lupin. So I think I'll try drawing him grinning for once, just for some variety. All right, here we go. Nice. Something like this. Actually, I think I'll draw the eyes first and then the eyebrows. Yeah, I like that. Looks pretty good. It's got kind of smaller pupils. Nice. Alright. I don't actually... You were talking about your computer setup a little bit ago, and I don't actually even have a capture card, which is a little silly because I do have a fair number of consoles in addition to my PC.
I assume you have a decent graphics card then, because I've seen you streaming some games that way.
Yep. My computer's fairly new, so I wouldn't say it's not like the 30 whatever that everybody's getting now, but
the 3080.
Yeah.
The 1800 on scalpers.com.
Right. It's not that level, but it'll get the job done for most things.
That's good.
I upgraded shortly before becoming a VTuber. Thankfully, that was just well timed, completely by coincidence. I was not planning to become a VTuber when I upgraded.
Yeah, I upgraded after becoming a VTuber, but it's a bad time to buy graphics cards in general, so...
Yeah, unfortunately.
Just been kind of waiting on it.
That's true. Yeah. The aforementioned scalpers, unfortunately. Let's see. Who else might I add to this group? Oh wait, if I'm going to draw all these folks, I should probably also draw Crimbo, shouldn't I? Good head on that guy. Fun to draw.
Yeah, it's a Diglett.
That's right. It is pretty much. Nice.
Well, you know what? Go for it.
Yeah.
You don't have a Diglett for a head. You might say otherwise.
Exactly.
He does have a very fun design. I like the whole. Like, he doesn't even have a major beat 'em up boss aesthetic. He has like the genre first boss of the game.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yep. It's very
good combo.
for sure. I like drawing his lips. It's fun.
Yeah.
The big old fish lips. I'm sorry, Slade, but actually, I'm keeping this to just Vera and I right now, since it is a scheduled collab. But I thank you for your offer. Maybe sometime in the future I'll do something with viewers. Yep. I think I'd better just keep it to the two of us since we're doing since I did schedule this beforehand and everything.
Yeah. Well, I think we might be getting a little close to the
Yeah, we are again. Yep. We were planning to go about 2 hours, and we are at just right at 2 hours. So unless you have anything to.
We're going to give it a few more minutes. That's fine.
Yep.
I think so.
You gotcha. Let's see. I think I drew his eyes a little too far apart.
Let's see. Going over here. I'm going up on the side.
Oh yeah, thanks for following. Yeah, Slay will be ready when I do host that that collaborative one. Thank you for becoming one of my co-conspirators.
Yeah, I love the way they have all their expressions. Those are cute.
Thank you. Let's see. Allow. Whoop. I think I messed that up. Can I still move that, or can I not? I can. Very good. Alright. Something like this.
So do you have any, not necessarily for, like, this month, but do you have any, like, big upcoming goals you have with your channel? Big changes you'd like to do, or big things you'd like to work on beyond, obviously, your projects you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, so, yeah, I do have a pretty big collab coming up next week. It's still kind of secret for now. But, I'm also hoping to very soon have a demo out for that Danganronpa visual novel we talked about.
Sorry, was that, were you going to put that on your card?
Yeah, I've got a couple updates on that on my card, and I do also have, if you check my Twitch page, I have a panel there you can look at as well that has updates. Then, other than that, I'm actually kind of working on a second costume as well, but I don't know when that'll be done, so I guess you could say I have a lot of irons in the fire. How about you? You have anything you think will come up in the near future?
In the near future, well, I went pretty hard in October. It was my first month back, and I really wanted to do as much elaborate stuff as I could. So I'm definitely toning it down a little bit from where I've been recently. I kind of had like a mini... I've been doing a lot of story stuff in my streams lately, trying to go like heavy on the lore. Kind of like how you're going to do a lore stream coming up here. But I think largely I might be pulling back a bit on the lore since I've been doing so much of that, and more focused on just branching out the kind of streams I do. Been like 99% gaming. Just work other things into the equation.
I get it.
Like a couple days ago, I've been doing more troll stuff recently. A couple days ago, I did a Detroit stream where I was purposely vague about all the details because the stream was in fact a tour of Detroit and learning about the city of Detroit and not the game.
Yes.
Despite leaving plenty of information about the game around, just kind of try to get people hyped for something that wasn't actually going to happen. And that was fun. It was kind of a disaster, but people seemed to enjoy it. And more experimental stuff. Probably my biggest goal right now.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, I think it's good to think outside the box there. I think definitely the it's fun to do the routine stuff too, but people really like to tune in. I think when you put on something that surprises them. I think,
and that's another thing. Like if you're doing things that are supposed to be like changing it up, everything's going to become routine after a while.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
You can't always completely reinvent yourself, but have your staples and then have fun and the rest of the time.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I have reached a pretty good stopping point in my drawings. If you're,
I think so. You have done a lot of drawings today, and
yeah, that's true. I'm not the fastest, but I think my speed has improved a little bit over the course of the year, so I'm happy.
I'm just so excited to converse, so I kind of just like pick a corner and shade.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm happy to have the fan art. In fact, I might even is it okay if I add it to my art scroll with fan art?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Feel free.
Excellent. That would be great. Let me save this real quick so that I can upload it later. There we go. And since you are the guest, and since we're about to wrap up, and because I just realized I forgot to shout you out. Hold on one second.
No problem.
Let's see. How do you spell your channel?
On here, it's actually just so it's Vera Proxima on Twitter, but over here it's just Vera Channel, no space, or no underscore.
All right, no underscore. Let's see. Vera Channel. Oop, I still did it wrong. How do you do it?
It's just whole word channel. So VERACHANNEL.
Ah, okay. Sorry about that.
So, no problem. I decided to just go with Vera and not the whole name on Twitch, just for spelling convenience.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I got you. Alrighty. But yeah, check Vera out. They're doing quite a variety of things lately, so I'm sure you'll
stream whatever.
Yeah. You're sure to find something you like. Anyways, since you are my guest, as I was going to ask you before, do you have anyone special you want to raid, or?
Let's see. There is, of course, the running cookie thing that's going on. I don't know how late into the show they are now.
Yeah, we could always go back, I guess.
I want to just. I imagine they're probably going to go longer than anything, so maybe we'll head back that way.
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy with that. Let's do it. And thank you for showing up, folks. Thank you, Major Lampshade. I'll try to do some more. Yeah, try to do some more drawing in the near future, since I know I haven't been doing so much of that lately. I'll get the raid set up, and once again, thanks for joining me, Vera. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think drawing you was quite a lot of fun, as well as learning about you. So,
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Let's see. I think Koki's name on Twitch is now just Koki in big letters.
Just Koki. Yeah, makes it nice and simple.
Yeah, let's try. Okay, we're good. Thanks again for joining, everybody, and I hope you will enjoy your Thursday night going into your Friday.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Raid begins now. Alright. I'm going to hit stop recording.